You woke up today promising yourself things would be different, and by noon you were the exact same person. Again, you told yourself you'd be patient, you snapped anyway. You said you'd let it go. You replayed it all night, you swore you'd changed. But your body remembered everything you tried to forget. That's not weakness, that's not failure. That's something else entirely, something hidden in plain sight. Let me ask you something. Your boss sends an email. Does your chest tighten before you even read it? Your mom calls. Do you suddenly feel 12 years old again? You see a happy couple walking by. Does something inside you ache and you don't even know why? These aren't random. These are signals. Your body is speaking a language your mind doesn't understand yet. Here's what nobody tells you. You think you're living in the present, but your body is living somewhere else. It's living in every argument you never resolved, every disappointment you never processed, every wound you said was healed but never actually was. You're not broken. You're not stuck because you lack willpower. You're stuck because your body has become a time machine. And right now, it's programmed to live in the past. But here's what almost nobody talks about. Here's the part that changes everything once you see it. Your body doesn't know the difference between remembering something and experiencing it right now. When you think about that breakup from 5 years ago, your body creates the same stress hormones as if it's happening this second. When you replay that failure, that rejection, that moment of shame, chemically, biologically, emotionally, you're living it again. Not as a memory, as reality. And here's where it gets really interesting. Most people are trying to think their way out of this. Positive affirmations, visualization. Just let it go. But you can't think your way out of something your body has memorized. You can't override biology with willpower alone. So here's what I'm going to show you in the next 27 minutes. I'm going to reveal the hidden mechanism that keeps you locked in the past, the science behind why change feels impossible, the exact reason your body fights every new decision your mind makes, and most importantly, the way out. But I need you to stay with me, because what I'm about to share contradicts almost everything you've been told about healing, about change, about who you really are. If you're feeling a pull right now, if something in you is saying, "This is for me," then let's go deeper. Let me tell you about a Russian scientist named Ivan Pavlov. Early 1900s, he's studying digestion in dogs. Simple experiment, ring a bell, give the dog food, the dog salivates, makes sense, that's biology. But then something strange happens. After a few weeks, Pavlov rings the bell. No food. And the dog still salivates. The body learned. The bell alone became enough. The dog's nervous system created an automatic response to a neutral stimulus. This is called conditioning. And here's what nobody told you in school. You are that dog. Stay with me. Your body has learned to respond automatically to the triggers in your environment. That tone of voice, it's the bell. That song, the bell. That time of day, that place, that person who reminds you of someone else. All bells. And your body, without asking your permission, without consulting your conscious mind, floods you with the same emotions it learned to associate with those triggers. Not because it's trying to hurt you, but because it's trying to protect you. It's running a program, a survival program built from your past. This is why you can't just think positive your way out of anxiety. This is why affirmations bounce off you like water off glass. You're not dealing with thoughts. You're dealing with conditioned responses that live in your body, in your nervous system, below the level of conscious control. So let me explain exactly how this happens, how a moment becomes a mood, becomes a personality. You have an experience. Something happens, good or bad, big or small. That experience creates an emotion, a chemical response in your body. Fear, joy, anger, love, these aren't abstract. They're molecules, hormones, neurotransmitters. Now, you think about that experience. You create a thought. That thought creates a memory. And here's the key. Every time you remember that experience, you reproduce the emotion. You feel it again. Do this enough times. Replay the memory, refeel the emotion, and something profound happens. The thought and the feeling become one. They merge, they become inseparable. You can't have one without the other, and eventually, You memorize the emotion. It becomes automatic. Your body, through repetition, through consistency, through sheer neural habit, learns to produce that emotional state without the original trigger, without the thought, without anything external at all. This is what I mean when I say your body becomes your mind. Your body starts living in the past. It becomes addicted to the chemistry of who you used to be. And every time you try to change, every time you try to be someone new, your body pulls you back, not to hurt you, but because the familiar feels like home, even when home is painful. Let me be very clear about what this means. Your conscious mind, the part of you that's listening to me right now, the part that wants to grow, wants to change, wants to be free, that part is only 5% of who you are. The other 95%? That's your subconscious, your body, the programs, the conditioning, the memorized emotions, the automatic responses. And so when you decide, tomorrow I'm going to be different, I'm going to be patient, I'm going to be confident, I'm going to be calm, that's 5% of you making a promise. And then you walk into your day and the other 95% says, I don't think so. Not because you're weak, not because you lack discipline, but because your body has spent years, maybe decades, practicing the old way, being the old you, running the old program. And here's the kicker, the part most people never understand. Your body doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care about who you want to become. It only cares about one thing, survival. And to your body, survival means predictability. It means familiar. It means known. Even if the known is suffering, even if the familiar is pain, at least it's a pain your body knows how to navigate. At least it's predictable. This is why change is so hard. You're not fighting your circumstances. You're not even fighting your thoughts. You're fighting biology. You're fighting chemistry. You're fighting a system that was designed over millions of years of evolution to keep you alive by keeping you the same. But here's what I want you to understand. Once you see this mechanism clearly, once you understand what's actually happening, it loses its power over you. Knowledge isn't just power. Knowledge is freedom. And that's exactly where we're going next. So let me ask you, are you ready to see how deep this really goes? Here's something most people never think about. Emotions aren't just emotions, they exist on a spectrum, a timeline. And where you are on that timeline determines everything about your life. Let me break it down. Stage 1, emotion. This is immediate. Something happens, you feel something, you get cut off in traffic, anger flashes through you, lasts seconds, maybe minutes. This is normal. This is human. This is manageable. Stage 2, mood. This is when the emotion lingers. Hours, maybe a full day. I'm in a bad mood today. You know the feeling. The emotion has settled in. It's coloring everything now. The coffee tastes different. People annoy you more. Everything feels heavier. But you still know it's temporary. Stage 3, temperament. Now we're talking weeks, maybe months. This is when people start to notice. You've been really irritable lately. You seem down. It's become your baseline, your default setting, but you still tell yourself it's just a phase, it's just stress, it'll pass. Stage 4, personality trait. This is the danger zone. This is when years have gone by and the emotion has become who you are. You're not feeling anxious, you are an anxious person. You're not in a bad mood. You are bitter, you are angry, you are cynical, and other people describe you this way. And here's the terrifying part. You describe yourself this way. I'm just a worrier. I've always been this way. That's just who I am. But it's not who you are. It's who you became. There's a difference, and that difference is everything. Because personality is not fixed. Personality is not genetic destiny. Personality is the sum total of memorized emotions. It's the autobiography of your past, written in chemistry, playing on repeat in your body every single day. You become what you repeatedly feel. And most people are stuck at stage 4 without even knowing it. Let me show you how this plays out in real life. Let me show you where you might be living in the past without realizing it. Relationships. You keep choosing the same type of person, different face, same pattern. You tell yourself, I don't know why I'm attracted to emotionally unavailable people. I don't know why I end up in these situations. But here's what's really happening. You're not attracted to red flags. You're attracted to familiar. If you grew up with a parent who was critical, dismissive, hard to please, your body learned to associate love with that feeling, that tension, that striving, that never quite enough. So when you meet someone who gives you that same feeling, your body lights up. Not because it's healthy, but because it's home. Work. You tell yourself you're lazy. You call yourself a procrastinator. You wonder why you can't just execute, can't just follow through. But you're not lazy. You're protecting yourself. Your body remembers every time you tried and failed, every time you put yourself out there and got rejected, every time you were excited about something and it fell apart. So now, when you're about to start something new, your body floods you with resistance, anxiety, doubt, self-sabotage. Not to punish you, but to prevent the pain it remembers. It's trying to keep you safe, even if safe means staying small. Parenting. This is the one that breaks people's hearts. You swore you'd be different. You swore you wouldn't repeat the patterns. You wouldn't be critical like your dad. You wouldn't be cold like your mom. You'd break the cycle. But then your kid does something and words come out of your mouth that you heard in your own childhood. You react in ways you promised you never would, and you're horrified. Because your mind said one thing, but your body remembered. And in that triggered moment, the program ran. This isn't failure, this is proof of what I'm telling you. The past isn't in the past, it's in your cells. Now let me show you the paradoxes, the contradictions that keep you trapped. Paradox 1, the busy mind. You ever notice how you're at your busiest when you're doing absolutely nothing? You're sitting still, you're relaxing, but your mind is running 100 miles an hour, replaying conversations, planning arguments that haven't happened yet, worrying about outcomes you can't control. You're physically in the present, but mentally everywhere else. And your body? Your body is producing stress hormones as if all those imagined scenarios are real, as if the past is happening now, as if the future you're worried about is already here. You're exhausted and you haven't done anything. Because your body doesn't know the difference between imagining danger and facing it. To your nervous system, it's all the same. Paradox 2, the safe cage. Here's something wild. Part of you is terrified of letting go of these emotions, not because you love suffering, but because these emotions have become your identity. They've become how you know yourself. If you're anxious, there's a twisted comfort in that anxiety. Because if you're worried, you're responsible. If you're stressed, you're working hard. If you're angry, you're standing up for yourself. If you're sad, you're honoring what you lost. Take away the anxiety and who are you? Take away the anger and what's left? This is the fear beneath the fear, not what if I can't change, but what if I do change and I don't recognize myself anymore? So you stay, not because you're stuck, but because some part of you is holding on. Because the devil you know feels safer than the freedom you don't. Paradox 3, the future trap. You think you're planning for the future. You think you're learning from the past. But here's what's actually happening. You're building a future based entirely on memories of the past. You want to be successful? Why? Because you remember being broke, being embarrassed, being looked down on. You want to be loved? Why? Because you remember being abandoned, being rejected, being alone. You want to be happy? Why? Because you remember suffering. Your entire vision of the future is a reaction to pain you've already lived. You're not creating, you're compensating. You're not moving towards something new. You're running away from something old. And that means your future is just your past wearing a different outfit. It's the same fears, same wounds, same limitations, projected forward in time and called goals. This is why so many people achieve everything they wanted and still feel empty. Because they never left the past. They just brought it with them, dressed it up, called it ambition. So here's my question for you, and I want you to really sit with this. If you weren't running from your past, what would you actually want? If you weren't trying to prove something, fix something, heal something, who would you be? What would you create? Because that answer, that's where your real life is waiting. And it's not in the past, it's not in the future, it's in the only place anything real ever happens, right here, right now, in this moment. Are you ready to go deeper? Because this next part is where it gets wild. Let me tell you about something called the refractory period. This is the part no one talks about, the part that explains why you feel stuck even when you're trying everything. When your body releases emotional chemicals, cortisol, adrenaline, stress hormones, those chemicals don't just disappear the moment you decide to feel better. They stay in your system. They have a half-life, a refractory period, and during that period you literally cannot perceive reality accurately. Your body is filtering every single thing you see, hear, and experience through the lens of that chemical state. So if you're angry and someone smiles at you, you don't see kindness, you see mockery. If you're anxious and someone offers help, you don't feel supported, you feel judged. If you're sad and something good happens, you don't feel joy, you feel suspicious. Your body is refracting reality, bending it, distorting it to match your internal chemistry. And here's the truly wild part. The longer you stay in that emotional state, the longer the refractory period becomes. Hours become days, days become weeks, weeks become your permanent filter. This is chemical addiction. But you're not addicted to a substance. You're addicted to your own emotions. Your body has become so efficient at producing these chemicals that it craves them. It needs them. And when you try to change, when you try to feel something new, your body goes into withdrawal. This is why meditation feels impossible. This is why being present feels uncomfortable. This is why positive thinking bounces off you. You're not failing at those things. You're in withdrawal from your own emotional patterns. You're not weak. You're chemically dependent on the person you used to be, and your body will fight hard to get that hit again, to feel familiar, to return to what it knows, even if what it knows is pain. Now let me reveal something that will completely shift how you see yourself. Something about time, about memory, about what's actually real. Your body cannot tell the difference between an experience that's happening and an experience you're remembering. Let me say that again because it's that important. When you think about your ex, your body produces the same chemicals as when you were with them. When you replay that failure, your body creates the same stress response as when it happened. When you imagine a future disaster, your body reacts as if it's occurring right now. You think you're just thinking, but your body thinks you're living. This is why you can lie in bed at night, completely safe, and feel your heart racing. Nothing is happening, but your mind is in a memory, in a worry, in a scenario, and your body treats it as real. You are literally living in a reality that doesn't exist. And the cost? The cost is the present moment, the only moment where anything new can happen. The only moment where you actually have power. Every second you spend in your head reliving the past, rehearsing the future, analyzing what was or predicting what will be, that's a second you're not here, that's a second you're not alive. Not really. And here's what breaks my heart. Some people go their entire lives never being present. They're always in their head, always in the past or the future, always analyzing, worrying, remembering, regretting, and life, real life, the actual experience of being alive, is passing them by. Not because they're not trying, but because they don't understand that the past only exists in their body, in the chemical patterns, in the conditioned responses. The past is not a place you can go back to. The future is not a place you can arrive at. There is only now. And if you're not here now, you're nowhere. You're a ghost in your own life. So let me ask you the question, the real question, the one that changes everything. Are you afraid of dying? Or are you afraid of never having lived? Think about it. Really think about it. What scares you more? The idea that one day you won't be here? Or the idea that when that day comes, you'll look back and realize you were never fully here? That you spent your whole life living in your head, replaying old pain, rehearsing imaginary futures, protecting yourself from ghosts, running from shadows, that the moments, the real moments, the irreplaceable moments were happening all around you, and you were somewhere else, thinking about yesterday, worrying about tomorrow, missing now. This is the terror no one talks about, not death, but a life spent sleeping, a life spent on autopilot, a life where you were the passenger, not the driver, where your past was running the show and you were just along for the ride. Every time you react instead of respond, that's the past. Every time you feel something without choosing to feel it, that's the past. Every time your body tenses, your heart races, your mind spirals without any real danger present, that's the past. You're not living your life. You're replaying it. You're a projector running the same film on a loop and calling it existence. And the worst part? You don't even know it's happening. Because it feels like you. It feels like this is just who you are. I'm an anxious person. I'm an angry person. I'm just not a happy person. As if these states are permanent, as if they're genetic, as if they're you. But they're not. They're memorized, they're learned, they're conditioned, and anything that's learned can be unlearned. Anything that's conditioned can be unconditioned, but first you have to see it. You have to catch yourself. You have to become aware of the moment your body takes over and your past starts running the show. Because in that awareness, in that tiny gap between trigger and response, that's where your power lives. That's where your freedom is. That's where the present moment is waiting for you. So let me ask you something else. Something that might make you uncomfortable. But stay with me. Who are you without these emotions? If you weren't anxious, who would you be? If you weren't carrying that anger, what would be left? If you let go of that sadness, that resentment, that fear, would you even recognize yourself? This is the identity crisis no one prepares you for, because you've been these emotions for so long that they feel like you. They feel essential. They feel like the core of who you are. I'm a worrier. That's just how I am. I've always been sensitive. I don't trust people. I learned that the hard way. These aren't just statements, they're identities, and identities are powerful. They're how we know ourselves. They're how we navigate the world. And so when I say, you need to let go of these emotions, part of you panics. Because it's not just letting go of a feeling, it's letting go of a version of yourself. A version you've known for years, maybe decades, and that's terrifying. Because if you're not that person anymore, then who are you? If you're not the anxious one, the responsible one, the one who always has to be strong, the one who's been through so much, then what's your story? What's your identity? This is why people stay stuck. Not because they can't change, but because they don't know who they'd be if they did. The known suffering feels safer than the unknown freedom. But here's the truth, the deepest truth. You are not your emotions. You never were. You are the awareness that experiences emotions. You are the consciousness that witnesses them. You are the space in which they arise and pass away. You are not the wave. You are the ocean. You are not the thought. You are the thinker. You are not the feeling. You are the one feeling it. And when you understand that, when you really get that, everything changes. Because you realize you've been clinging to something that was never you in the first place. So here's the radical shift you need to make. And I'm warning you, it's going to sound too simple. Your mind is going to dismiss it. Because we've been taught that transformation has to be hard, has to be complicated, has to involve years of therapy or some massive breakthrough. But the truth is simpler, and simplicity is disarming. The shift is this. Stop trying to fix the past. Start bringing your body to the present, not by force, not by willpower, not by fighting yourself, but by awareness, by presence, by catching the moment your body starts to time travel and gently, consciously bringing it back. It's not about never feeling the emotion. It's about recognizing when the emotion is old, when it's not responding to now, it's responding to then, when your body is reacting to a trigger that's not actually a threat, when you're living in a memory instead of reality, and in that recognition, you create space, you create a gap between the trigger and the response, between the past and this moment, between who you were and who you're becoming. This is not suppression. This is not toxic positivity. This is not pretending the past didn't happen. This is acknowledging that the past happened, and it's over. And right now, in this moment, you're safe. You're here, and you get to choose how you respond. Your body is a time machine, but you, the real you, the awareness, the consciousness, you're the pilot. And you've been letting the autopilot run for so long that you forgot you could take the controls back. You can. Right now. This moment. This breath. This is where your power is. Not in fixing what was. Not in controlling what will be. But in being fully, completely here. This is how you break the pattern. This is how you step out of the loop, not by doing more, but by being more present. Let me give you 3 keys. 3 things you need to understand if you're serious about making this shift. Key 1. Awareness is the first step. You can't change what you don't notice. You can't break a pattern you don't see. So your only job in the beginning, is to catch yourself. Notice when your body reacts. Notice when your mind goes to the past. Notice when that familiar feeling starts to rise. Don't judge it. Don't fight it. Just notice it. Oh, there it is. There's the old pattern. There's the past trying to run the show. That noticing is everything, because you can't be the pattern and watch the pattern at the same time. The moment you see it, you've already separated from it. Key 2. The gap is your power. Between the trigger and your response, there's a space, a pause, a gap. Most people have never experienced it because they move so fast from stimulus to reaction that the gap is invisible. But it's there. And in that gap, in that tiny moment of space, is your freedom. That's where choice lives. That's where the present moment exists. That's where you stop being a robot and become human again. Your job is to widen that gap, even by a second, even by a breath. To pause before you react, to feel the impulse without acting on it, to notice the emotion without becoming it. This is not easy. Your body will resist. It wants the familiar response. It wants to run the program. But every time you pause, you're rewiring. You're creating a new neural pathway. You're teaching your body that there's another way. Key 3, practice doesn't mean perfection. You're going to slip. You're going to react automatically. You're going to fall back into the old pattern, and that's okay. That's not failure. That's human. The question isn't, will I ever mess up? The question is, how quickly can I notice when I do? Every pause is a victory. Every moment of awareness is progress. You're not trying to become perfect. You're trying to become present. And that happens one moment at a time. Now, I need to be honest with you. This is not a quick fix. This is not a hack. This is not 3 easy steps to reprogram your subconscious. This is real work. This is a rewiring of your nervous system, a reconditioning of your body, an unlearning of patterns that have been running for years, maybe your whole life. It takes time. It takes consistency. It takes showing up for yourself even when you don't feel like it. Even when the old way feels easier. Even when every cell in your body is screaming to go back to what's familiar. But here's what I know. Here's what I've seen in every person who's made this shift. It's possible. Not just theoretically possible, actually, practically real-world possible. I've seen people who were stuck in anxiety for decades learn to be calm. I've seen people who were controlled by anger learn to respond instead of react. I've seen people who were prisoners of their past step into a present they never thought possible. Not because they're special, not because they have superpowers, but because they understood what was happening. They saw the mechanism, they caught the pattern, and they chose, moment by moment, breath by breath, to bring their body back to now. You can do this, not someday, not when you're ready, now, this moment, this breath. This is where it starts, not with a big dramatic shift, but with a simple awareness, a gentle noticing, a quiet return to the present. Your body has been running on autopilot. It's been living in the past. It's been protecting you from ghosts. And it's exhausted. So are you. But right now, in this moment, you can do something different. You can take one breath that's fully present, one moment where you're not in your head, 1 second where the past isn't running the show. That's all you need to start. One moment, and then another, and then another. That's how you build a new life. One present moment at a time. So the question is, are you ready? If this resonated with you, if something in you recognized the truth of what we talked about today, then I want to hear from you. Drop one word in the comments, just one. Whatever word captures how you're feeling right now. Seen, hopeful, overwhelmed, curious, free. Whatever it is, leave it down below. And if you want to go deeper into this work, hit that subscribe button. Because yesterday we explored how your thoughts create your chemistry. Today you've seen how your body lives in the past. And tomorrow, we're going to complete this. The science of breaking free and creating your future right now. Your body is a time machine, and you're about to learn how to fly it. I'll see you in the next one. Stay present.